we're off to another fine part of this Dragon Age LP. Where we left off last night, we just completed Fenris's mission. So we're gonna just kind of pick this up right where we left off here. Now, we do have a pretty fair amount of missions still. Oh, apparently there's a conversation we can be having with Fenris right now, and there's a mission involving my sister in Lowtown, but we haven't gotten that far yet. We're gonna hide the premium content shit and the side quest. It's basically just hand something over to some person. Whatever. Okay. So let's go do Fenris's mansion and get him out of the way real quick. Because angsty elf is angsty. And there he is now.
Egregio Pavali. There are 6 bottles in the cellar. Denarius used to have me pour it for his guests. My appearance intimidated them, he said, which he enjoyed.
Nothing like a bit of fear with your wine.
That's what Denarius used to say. It's good I can still take pleasure in the small things.
You could have offered me a glass first, you know.
There's more, if you're really interested.
Perish the thought. How else would you redecorate the walls?
I've wanted to leave my past behind me, but it won't stay there. Tell me, have you never wanted to return to Ferelden?
I've started a life here.
And that's it? You leave it behind so easily?
Damn right he does.
You survive, and you move on. What else do you want?
Something different. So should you.
Oh, he's not gonna like me.
Apologize. Your life is your own. It simply sounds very familiar.
Yeah, well, hey, my bad.
Sounds like a tough situation.
I'm not made of glass. I should thank you again for helping me against the hunters.
Bitch.
Yes, you should.
Had I known Anso would find me a man so capable, I might have asked him to look sooner.
Ooh, okay, flatter. No, I'm not gonna make him gay.
It turned out well enough.
It did at that. I will not keep you longer. Another time, perhaps.
Fenris Rivalry +5. Which is funny because it's by my magic using sister. I was actually... Well, I'm not going to get into it right now. So, now what do we do? We're 3 minutes in. We've gotten some elf angst out of the way. So we're going to go ahead and pick up the... Oh, lordy, lordy. So we can do... We'll go ahead and do this Tranquility mission here, mark that as active, and get right to it. But for this context, I don't think I'm going to want to take Fenris on this. Where the hell is the gap? There's the gather the party thing. Fenris, take 5. I'm going to bring Evelyn in. Hopefully Evelyn's a little bit tougher now. I can give her some of this shit we found. Okay, Cheval's late versus a longsword. Longsword's better. Bam. Band's back door. Bam. So, there's a trick here. You do not want to sell this shield. It actually comes and bites you in the ass later if you do, so I don't recommend it. So, to continue Tranquility, we have to go to the Kirkwall Lowdown District by day. Which we will. Alright, good times and great oldies here, so we're gonna go ahead and talk to...
That depends on warnings for the lawless.
Who's that for? Are most criminals big readers? Seems like pacifying the nobles.
Pictures, then. It was just a suggestion.
Well, how about a giant sign that just says don't? You could hit people with it.
Thank you. I get the point.
Okay, anyways, conversation.
My. If it isn't Hawke.
Still up to old tricks, Elegant.
Damn, he gets around.
Lady Elegant, if you don't mind. I'm a married woman now. Last time we met, you were still in Ephemeral's employ. Things have been going well since then?
Could be better. Could be worse.
I often feel the same way. You may recall I sometimes provided potions for Ephemeral. I'd be willing to extend you the same courtesy if you like.
Damn, she gets around.
All I ask is you inform me of any interesting reagents you find. In exchange, I'll approach my contacts on your behalf. And of course you'll need the appropriate recipes, such as this one. Free, for old time's sake.
Okay, thank you, Ally of Justice, for playing Skyrim during the stream. Okay. Order potion. So, yeah, this is what I was talking about I say earlier, but I meant last night, about the elf fruit that I found when I was wandering around the middle of nowhere killing, I believe it was mercenaries. The elf fruit potion is now one of 9 I can collect in the whole game. They're a reusable resource. It's not like use and goes down, and now I can make elf fruit potion if I wanted to. But as I only have 2 gold right now, and I have to get 50 before I can end this act, I'm not going to take advantage of that right now. Besides, so far it hasn't exactly been, what's the word, difficult? Most enemies are falling to us quite easily. So we're going to move on to this here crate. And we're going to go ahead and go up in here.
Will everyone please just step back?
No, shut up.
My mother's in labor. The baby's come early. Can anyone help us? I'll send word.
You know, I never noticed this before. Is there actually a sword in there? Well, I'll be damned. Huh. And apparently I can buy shit here. I'm not going to take advantage of that, though, because, yeah, once again, well, we're going to sell that off. Actually, any of these things, shit she could be using right now. Nope, not so far. And I still can't quite use that. We're actually not going to sell any of either of these 3, but yeah, we're going to sell all the junk items that just literally cut the inventory in half. And anything I wasn't planning on using in the armor category, because as I mentioned last night, armor is useless to any party member, not me. I'm going to go sell this off and get a pretty fat stack of cash for it that just went up to 3 gold. And now we shall continue. Move the plot on.
If you're seeking aid, leave your name with my girl. We serve everyone here. No one came from Ferelden without trouble. But I can't give priority to anyone who's already found work and lodging.
I hear you know where I can find a Ferelden Grey Warden.
Only Ferelden Grey Warden I've heard of is sitting on the throne. We're out of the Blight's path now. Why would you need a warden?
The healer was one of them once, wasn't he? A warden?
Well, he's not now, and busy enough without answering fool questions about it.
Then I'll only ask very smart questions.
I do not joke, Sirrah.
Ba-da-da-boom.
You see what our people face in Kirkwall. They have no jobs, no homes. Most can barely buy bread.
And out of it.
This healer, he serves them without thought for coin. He's closed their wounds, delivered their children.
And yet he needs to hide.
He's a good man. I won't lose him to the blighted Templars.
No one's that selfless. He's probably got bodies hidden in his basement.
He's certainly grim enough. I've never seen a man carry more sorrows.
Well, aren't
But
you
he's
just a
done
ray
only
of
good for the
sunshine?
Ferelden's here. I suppose you can seek him out. Anders certainly hasn't turned anyone else away. Look for the lit lantern in Darktown. If you have need enough, Anders will be within.
Oh, fuck all you. Okay, Kirkwall, City of Vassals. So, a little backstory about Anders. We're gonna just kinda... right here while I tell this. Now, I haven't...
Hey, we heard you in there, asking about the
You rude
healer.
motherfucker, I was trying to
We
tell
know
a
what
story.
happens to mages in this town, and it ain't gonna happen to him.
Does this really seem like a good idea?
Let's show these folks a little Ferelden justice.
Wow, they ain't not fucking around here. afraid of death. Okay, so anyways, about Anders. Anders was one of the NPCs from Dragon Age Awakening. He was actually a apostate mage who got recruited into the Wardens, and depending on how you handle the Awakening expansion, he's either a companion to the hero of Ferelden, or he's one of the minions of the Knight of the Warden Commander from Orleasian, who enters. Well, it depends. You'd have to play Awakening, honestly. But long story short, he was in a NPC from the first game. I haven't played Awakening myself personally. I'm told. Man, shut up.
No, I'm a god. Why are you asking?
I mean in your off-duty hours, for fun. You've heard of it, I hope.
These are my off-duty hours.
And the trend of you scaring the piss out of me continues.
Anyways, so yeah, I'm just gonna leave it at that, and we're gonna go ahead and move on to Darktown. It's gonna be our first trip through this in this LP, or let alone the stream. So Darktown's a fantastic place. It's actually better described as the sewers of Kirkwall. And we're gonna get as you see, also not the safest place on Earth. We're gonna start this off with that, and we're gonna drop some death arrows. Dog. That was actually kind of a cool shot, and I just got properly stabbed in the back.
Making the world a better place.
And he's dead. Okay. It's now raining death from the sky. Well, that was actually surprisingly easy. Let's see here. Okay, well, got that. Now we just have NPC over there I gotta talk to as well. Hey, let's loot this sack. Yep, even down here in Lowtown, there's still good shit to loot. We're gonna talk to this guy here, also known as Tomwise.
Tomwise?
Huh? Oh, Hawke. Haven't seen you since we did that job together for a Fender. Been a while. Heard you're going on some expedition into the deep roads, and right into Darkspawn territory. Sure that's wise?
We can't all make a living in the Undercity.
Just watch your back. That's all I'm saying. Say, you still in the market for some poisons? Ephemeral's scarce these days, and the coterie have their own mixers. You find any rare reagents and want me to whip you up something, just let me know. In fact, since you're an old friend, here's a recipe. My speciality. Everyone needs an edge sometimes, right?
Okay, so this actually requires one deep mushroom, which we don't have. I think we can actually find a deep mushroom down here somewhere, just don't hold me to that. I didn't know water areas until I just find shit. I don't memorize where they are. Okay, moving on. So, looks like we found trouble, or trouble found us. Don't think it matters which. Alright. Miasmic Flask. Kill this asshole in the back. Well, killed the shit out of them, and... Okay, who's next? Hello there, random bum. Death root. Death root is surprisingly enough poison of some sort. And hey, there's a dead person here. We're gonna go ahead and loot their carcass because hey, somebody's gonna want that, right? Let's see here. As we advance to the city, I'm gonna take a second to check my mic. Christ, that'd be bad about. Oh, okay, my mic's making noise. Just thought how terrible it would have been if my mic had not been recording this whole
Don't
time.
like Darktown?
What a terrible person. Okay, well, here we go. To get out of your party sign means that we probably found someone's house and a cutscene.
Made this place a sanctum of healing and salvation. Why do you threaten it?
Strange occupation for a warden. Aren't you more about Cain from death, not healing and salvation?
This guy's a jumpy son of a bitch.
Did the warden send you to bring me back? I'm not going. Those bastards made me get rid of my cat.
Those monsters.
Poor Sir Pouncelot. He hated the deep roads.
You had a cat named Sir Pouncelot in the deep roads.
He was a gift. A noble beast. Almost got ripped in half by a genlock once. He swatted the bugger on the nose. Drew blood, too. The blighted warden said he made me too soft. I had to give him to a friend in Amaranthine.
Alright, let's see here. Need your help.
I'm part of an expedition into the deep roads. Any information you have could save people's lives.
I will die a happy man if I never think about the blighted deep roads again.
Good,
You
die
can't
happy.
imagine what I've come through to get here. I'm not
Oh, I
interested.
forgot how much of an asshole this guy is.
A favor for a favor. Does that
But
sound
hey,
like a
look
fair
where we
deal?
are.
You help me,
Kirkwall, the
I'll help
city
you.
of assholes.
Let's be more specific. I don't do anything involving children or animals.
I have a warden map of the depths in this area, but there's a price.
That was a funny line, I admit.
I came to Kirkwall to aid a friend, a mage, a prisoner in the wretched gallows.
Huh.
The Templars learned of my plans to free him. Help me bring him safely past them, and you shall have your maps.
Oh, that's all. I might just take my chances with the Darkspawn.
If we fight the Templars, it is because they decide that anyone who befriends a mage deserves death without questioning.
It's just as
My
his
cat
cause
is getting into trouble over there. I don't know what they're doing.
I don't want to give the Templars another reason to hunt us.
Get
These
hunted.
are my terms. If you want my aid with your expedition, meet me in the Chantry tonight. I have sent word to Carl to be there. Make her willing, we will all leave free men.
I do hope my cat shuts up over there. Let me just poke my head up at that real quick. Cat's getting into trouble. Alright, pretty. Speaking of disappearances, well, I suppose I better go swap out someone for him. We are going to need a tanky type character, so Evelyn's still in. And I kind of want to torch Bethany, so she's still in. Sorry, Vic, you're going to take 5. Oh. Well, shit, actually, no, you're not taking 5 yet. Let's continue. Ooh, that's tempting. Let's get this knocked out real quick. The Emil Estate Cellar. Yes, let's find out indeed. That looks actually really interesting to me.
I
Alright.
can't wait to see what our ancestral state.
Okay, frayed rope. How about that? Just got here and already getting hell breaking loose. Hey, good that I didn't switch out party members quite yet. Quite like a spot of violence to make the evening a little brighter. Okay. Stupid house stealing slavers are gonna take your shit here. Alright, what's in here? I can't get in there. I guess we're gonna make it go around the long way. Okay. Stick around. And Hawke leveled up. How considerate of him. So he's now level 6. We're going to bring his dex up to 20 to kind of make it match up with this. Not too worried about the rest of these damages. 35 DPS per second. I do feel like that could get honestly a little higher. His crit chance is 1 in 4 though, so that's nothing to say no to. Since we are going to live and die by the critical hit. He's still not able to specialize. Okay, I am... If I really want to, I can now get a rapid pinning shot, which is me pinning shot more often. I have not been taking advantage of that much. I've been using this more often. I love that the game release thinks I'm not gonna invest in this tree, I don't think though. Most of these look like just shit that well, I'm not gonna invest in it much, I should say. Well, we got stealth and we got evade. I almost feel like evade would be a good place to go. So looking at this here, we can do... I'm going to take blindside, 120% damage against enemies engaging other allies. Now, I like that. I like that a lot. Which means if I try to play support to, say, Aveline, I'm going to do more damage while they're fighting Aveline. I'm going to move the shit out of the chest here.
Mother described it, but this is the first time I've seen it. Wouldn't it feel like something to live in a house with this above the door?
Yeah, no shit. Portrait of your mother. This is going to be a little sub-quest we can do back at the Gamblin residence. Hello. Alright. Okay, so basically the ability I picked up was, you know, backstab. And look at that, we got Bethany and Aveline leveling up here. Let's go ahead and take advantage of that. Picked up a rain. What's this saying deal? Still need another level to use that new bow. That rain will give me plus 3% physical damage. I am for that because I'm not. Let's face facts, Hawke is all physical damage. Whoa, hello there, you asshole motherfucker. I say I don't use pinning shot that much, I just did it again. Alright. That's a dagger, that's not going to do me much good at the moment. Coral fragment. Codex. Maybe one of these days I'll do a side stream, I'll just sit there and read codexes. I don't know, that sounds like it'd be boring.
I don't like the looks of it.
Ooh, look at that.
That should do it.
Alright, well, you are going to get stuck to the ground, and holy shit, he died quick. Alright, explosive arrow. That was entirely too easy. Okay, Imperial Bloodhelm. That midnight, so it's a little bit stronger. Simple chest gives me a Mask of the Imperial and an amulet. Yes, I would like to know more, because I'm not currently wearing a helmet. Damn, I might actually play with the show helmet option. That would look kind of cool. I wonder if I'm time to turn that back on real quick, actually. Interface. Video. I don't think I know what option this is under, so fuck it. History of the circle, a fascinating little read. And here's the vault.
That's the vault. Everything we want to know about our family inside.
Alright, let's look the pitch ragged here.
This is it! Grandfather's will. Mother needs to see this as soon as possible.
We'll take it to her right now.
So I'm just saying, blood's blood and all, but
City
you are
of
taking advantage of my
assholes.
hospitality. It's only fair if you make something of a monthly contribution.
You sold my children into servitude. Now you're asking me to pay rent?
Maybe just put something towards food.
You should be paying us, Uncle. We found the will.
And you can see his pants brown.
Here, read it.
I should maybe...
To my daughter Leandra, and all children born of her, the estate in Hightown and all associated revenues.
Check out the part where Gamlin is left only a stipend, to be controlled by you.
Gamlin, how could you?
You're the one who ran away, Leandra. What happened to love is so much more important than money.
It is!
You didn't even come home for the funeral.
The twins were a week old.
We all have our burdens. Mine was looking after a life you abandoned. How long was I supposed to wait?
Oh, I love this option.
I doubt you let the ashes get cold.
Asshole.
I took care of Father. I stayed. And on his deathbed, all he could talk about was Leandra. Look, sister, I'm sorry. I shouldn't have done it, but I did. And there's nothing I can do to get it back.
I don't expect that, Gamlin. It's enough to know Mother and Father didn't die angry. I'll petition the Viscount for rights to reclaim the estate. Make her willing, you'll have your house back within weeks.
You don't have the coin or standing to even get an audience with the Viscount. You've got to be someone in this city to live in that house again.
Then I had better get started.
Meanwhile, Hawke's like, fuck your couch. Just fuck his couch, okay. And because we only got about 2 minutes here, I'm going to go ahead and put a hold on this particular segment, and I'm going to take a personal break and just get a big quick drink. So I'll keep the stream running, but I'm going to cut the local recording for a second. See you next part.